Hello, everyone. Today on the show, we are joined by Dr. Turki Al Rasheed, a Saudi entrepreneur, philanthropist, and a visionary with a passion for creating meaningful impact. He's built and led successful businesses, championed charitable causes in education, healthcare, and poverty alleviation, and played an active role in shaping forward-thinking policies that drive innovation and progress in his community. Today, I'm excited to dive into his journey, his vision for change, and lessons he's picked up along the way. Dr. Turki, thank you so much for joining us. I'm honored to be speaking with you today. How are you doing today? Thank you so much.
And I'm very proud of you and happy that you are highlighting and concentrated on the main issues that face the society, which providing the basic human need and sustainability.
Thank you so much. I'm impressed by what Saudi Arabia is doing right now. You're making an impact not only on a regional level, but on the whole world. I would like to start by talking about Vision 2030, what it means to Saudi Arabia, to neighboring country, and to the rest of the world.
Well, Vision 2030 represents a transformative path for Saudi Arabia. It emphasizes on the need for authentic leadership that align society value with economic goal. It's crucial to balance religion commitment, tribal interest, and economic reality in our decision making to foster a national Saudi unity.
I've heard you say on a different podcast that it's important not to lose your heritage, your culture when opening up to the world. Why is it so important in your opinion, Dr. Turki?
If you look at the Arab world, or if you look at any leaders in the world, he must come from three backgrounds, either from a tribe, which is a tribe could be a thought, or it could be a group, or it could be a blood relation, or he come from the academic, the thoughts, another group, or he come from business. But if he doesn't have those three supporters for him, then who is he? He cannot come from the military and said, we take a coup or will be supported a coup. And then he could say, well, I will lead a nation. It's either he have a tribe or religion or economic group behind him.
Yeah, and it is very important. Do you think Saudi leadership is aware of this currently? And did you? I was recently in Riyadh. I've noticed this pride. Young people are very proud to be Saudi, but at the same time, they're very happy to live in a country that's opening up. Do you think Saudi leaders are aware of this, the importance of what you just mentioned in their policies?
We have a saying that don't listen to what people say, but look what people do. The Saudi leadership have kept this country for the last 300 years, and we kept it. In fact, my fourth grandfather, when he set up as a joint with the leadership of the first Saudi government, I think that was almost in 1818 or something before that. So then he made an agreement with the ruler that is, you need the support of a tribe, you need the support of the economic, and you need the support of the religion. Then after the Turks, through the Egyptian, they invaded Saudi Arabia. Another cousin of mine, he added a fourth dimension to this strategy, which is the balance of the regional and superpower. Because before the Egyptian invaded the central of Saudi Arabia, it is the first time in the mankind or the history that foreigners have invaded the land. So we kept that policy, religions, economic, tribe, and the strategic balance. When a superpower push you to do something, even if it's against your own interest, you have to obey it. You have to follow it. Otherwise, you will lose. And this is one thing that the Arab state of the Gulf and Saudi Arabia mainly have maintained a more than 300 years country together.
That's super interesting. Speaking of culture, you went to college or university in the United States of America. Did you have back then? Was it by any chance cultural? Did you encounter any cultural shocks? Can you tell us a little bit about your own experience back then, and also I would like to discuss also the relationships between the United States and Saudi Arabia and whether they are important. But let's start with your.
Okay, I'm glad you separated the two issues because they are two.
Of course.
Okay. Well, when I left Saudi Arabia, it was in August 1974. I don't know the difference between a she and a he. And, but I was lucky because I was studying engineering. So engineering, there's a lot of number, which is you really don't need a lot of writing. So yes, it was a culture shock and it was a bit different. Luckily, I was planning to go, I love chemistry, and I was planning to study petroleum. And I was going actually to Colorado to study at the College of Maine. And then he told me, why don't you go study agriculture? And because Saudi Arabia have decided to invest heavily into agriculture. So I went to the University of Arizona in Tucson, and I studied agriculture engineering. University of Arizona is one of the top 3 universities in the world on arid land. And what many people think, it's a slogan, they always say it. Saudi Arabia have an agreement with the US oil for security. This is absolutely false. It's not true. The reality is, when King Abdulaziz have met with Roosevelt, they talked about water security and then food security. They never mentioned the word oil. You know why?
Why?
What do you think, Moses?
Maybe because the United States already has a lot of oil. They don't care about oil from Saudi Arabia. I don't know.
Give me another guess.
I have no idea.
Saudi Arabia have no right to discuss oil because they have already signed contracts for many, many years with every Aramco. And the president of the United States have no right to discuss oil because oil, as a government, he cannot discuss it because already there is, a huge company. In fact, they are a government by themselves. They are the one who contracted the oil. And the Saudi relationship with the US, it started on business to business. It started with companies. So
who came up with this then? Who came up with this oil for security then? Like, why did you even mention?
Nice lie, and then they elaborated on it, and people believe it, and then they talk about it. So the point is, I went to the University of Arizona. In fact, 1 year later, the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, after that agreement, he went to Arizona, and he went to California, and he went to Texas. And oddly enough, the person who have created the Saudi agriculture strategy, it was the late Dr. Abdurrahman al-Sheikh. With King Fahd, they made the agreement that we're going to go full speed with the Saudi food security. It was unfortunate the American companies have pushed so hard and they fought so hard for Saudi not to go with food security. And they push other Arab countries to destroy their food production and their agriculture. Why? So they could control them. And now, as we could see, many Arab countries are borrowing money to pay the interest of their food. So anybody talk to you about food security, I always believe if you analyze our sample of wheat, 12% only protein, 88% is politics. So food is politics. For the last thousands of years, food being used as starving the nation to control them. Whoever have the food could control what your destination would be.